like, what? I'm doing a video on BANDLAB, like what? But yes, guys, I actually converted from GarageBand to BANDLAB. My reasoning on why I switched was because I just noticed that a lot of like upcoming artists, like they use BANDLAB, and so I wanted to see what the hype is about. And ever since I started actually trying to improve my mixes on BandLab, I noticed that it sounds a bit better than if I were to mix on GarageBand. My suggestion, if you are just looking to mix your vocals, you should definitely switch to BandLab because that's where it's at, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, so, and apologize, like I'm kind of whispering right now because it's like dead in the morning. I don't want to wake anybody up, but so I'm just gonna be running down like my vocals and like how you can get your vocals to sound good and like the steps I took. Keep in mind that the reason why my vocals are sounding like kind of crisp is because I'm using a USB mic. I'm not using like an Apple wired headphones. So if you're wondering like why your vocals sound kind of different, it's probably because I'm using an actual professional mic. Now I do not know how to like link the whole preset, if I can even do that from BandLab. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna be running down everything that I added, but I'll be sure to look into if I can actually save the whole preset so you don't have to do any of the work and you can just download it. But in the meantime, here it is. So here is the driver, which is pretty much just to increase your vocal volume. For me, in this mic, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's just because of this mic, but it kind of sounds like a little low when it comes to the volume. So I just added a driver to like really increase the volume so you can actually hear the vocals. I'm gonna just come back to this one. Here is the noise gate. You're gonna need this to obviously block all the background noise. You don't want to hear like a bunch of your background noise in your song, so you just want to remove all of this. Here are the settings that I put, and it does actually a pretty good job. So it's like actually kind of cool compared to the GarageBand, because with this it kind of like fades out into the background noise. Like for instance, like in GarageBand, as soon as you stop speaking, it like immediately cuts out. Like it doesn't like fade out, it like immediately just cuts out. It doesn't like you can barely tell like if you were to hear it in a song, like it probably sound fine, but you know, just this simple thing makes a pretty significant difference. So look at me riding BandLab, bro.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, like I don't know, like something about these plugins like is better. I don't know. Now here is the first EQ, the actual first EQ that I added. Now a thing about BandLab is that by using an EQ, it's like you just do simple adjustments. For me personally, I kind of like using like a visual EQ. Now they do have that, but what sucks is that you have to like sign up for a subscription, which is kind of like lame, because like a few years ago, like they had nothing to do with like a subscription, but now you have to subscribe. It's like, what? Like now you want my money, bro.
Just give me my money.
And going back to the other EQ, so I did that one first. I did this one first. I feel like it's more of the main EQ. This is just my personal preference, but I just did this one first. You can do the other one first if you want to, but here's adjustments for this one, and then here as well. You can tell that like I barely did anything to these, because like I said, you don't want to go too crazy to the and move it to too much to the right or too much to the left. Meet in the middle, kind of, but like, also do like a little bit of adjusting. Here is the de-esser. Obviously, when it comes to mixing your EQ, you're gonna have a lot of frequency that's gonna cause your S's to stand out a lot. So you're gonna need a de-esser to limit that little S sound. So as you can tell, my S's aren't like pronounced as much if I turn the de-esser off, which I'm not gonna do because I don't want to hurt your ears. Now a compressor. Personally, I use a compressor just so it makes your vocals sound a little bit more crisp. This is how it sounds without it. You can tell like it kind of did a little bit, and if I turn it back on, it just makes it sound like it's a little bit more mixed. Also, it has a gain, so if your vocals aren't like loud as you want it, you can also adjust the gain so it sounds louder. Now here is how you make your vocals sound majestic.
Yeah, boy.
Now you don't have to add as much reverb as I put, but it all depends on your genre of music that you're doing. But for me, like it's kind of like more R&B, so that's why I added like a lot of reverb to it. Now here is the limiter. I'm kind of like learning as I go, and what I found this limiter is that is kind of different than the other limiter in GarageBand. So I kind of like have to adapt. So I'm not sure really I adjusted it correctly, but so far I noticed that it doesn't go above the level that I want it to go, and it keeps it at like a steady pace. So if that makes sense, I don't know if I explained it right. And then we have the chorus. The reason I added a chorus was to give the vocals a little bit more width. I just noticed that, you know, like if you don't add it, then it sounds kind of like mid, and it just like makes your vocals pop a little bit more. But my suggestion is don't go too much on the amount section, because if you do, then it's gonna sound like you're gonna really hear that effect. And unless that's what you're going for, you know, just keep it a little bit to the left. Lastly, I'm gonna turn it on, but as you can tell, it's the delay. I used this because it really honestly makes your vocals fit into the beat. It's the adjustments. But anyways, that is all the plugins that I added to BANDLAB. Now what's cool about BANDLAB is that you can add way more plugins than you can with GarageBand. So I'm actually kind of hyping on BANDLAB again. It's honestly like really cool. But they also had to add a subscription to add even more plugins, which is kind of lame. And something that GarageBand doesn't do is try to grab people's money. You can still have a quality crisp even when you're not subscribed to whatever subscription that they have. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.